words. It will be brief. I will mention to you that in 2005, we were looking for a board of director, and I've known Dr. Weinberg prior to that for several years, and I went up to him. I said, when you come into the credit union, all you talk about is supporting the members, supporting the employees, and supporting the community. So I said to him, would you be interested in being a board director? He said, you're speaking to the wrong Weinberg. And I said, what do you mean? He said, my brother is a banker up in Canada. And I said, I realized that, but I wanted to have somebody in our board who thought outside the box. Now, if you know Dr. Weinberg, he definitely thinks outside the box.
He's never been in the box?
He's never been in the box.
This is a kitty litter box.
I don't know where the box is.
And he stepped up to the plate, supported our credit union movement. He came on board when we were basically 24 million. And we rose to 64, 65 million underneath his leadership. And there was many long nights, strategic planning, business planning, but I think the one critical element is his empathy toward everyone. And that matters the most to me. And with that, thank you, sir. Thank you. You will be missed.
Well, he had a chance because we had a board seat available to him, but they said, no, it's time to time to let it go. But no, we're excited about this merger. We're excited about developing better relationships with local colleges and institutions, and I'm sure there will be college scholarships awarded in Habersham County. Maybe those students will come over here. We used to have most of our scholarships were for kids, college-bound students who intended to go into the education community. And another little angle on our philosophy, you get asked all the time to support booster clubs. And in education, I think there's a feeling sometimes that the jocks get too much attention. And so we've never done that. Which I'm sorry, if we had to do it for one, we'd have to do it for all. But we've got student scholarships, and the administrators and the teachers appreciate that, I think. And it's one of the things that we've developed in our culture over the years is to really go where the need is and serve underserved populations with innovative products and services. And that commitment, the same commitment that Southeast had towards its members, has not changed. If in fact it's gotten deeper and broader because of the assets and the strength, financial strength that we combined bring to the table. So we're excited to be here, and I just thank you all again for all that you do for the students. There's a lady that I can't think of her last name, but she cleans our house every week, and she's a student over here. So, we've got a connection. And I believe we may be providing a personal scholarship for her to get through that last semester. But anyway.
Thank you so much again. It's a pleasure having y'all here. It's always a great day when we get what I call happy mail. Thank you very much.
Dr. Weinberg, you want to say anything?
Yeah. The poet Robert Frost talks about taking the road least traveled and made all the difference. 30 years ago, we had, a Jewish hippie from Canada who, old hippie, came to this small school, hooked up with a Southern Baptist gentleman, Dr. Carlos Camp, right? And we started this venture together. And along the way, you pick up riffraff and so forth along the way. Rick Austin was one of ours when he had hair. John Fair's wife, who's not riffraff, worked with Rick's mom in the bookstore, right, if you will. And of course, Little Rob being my, as they called Brandon when he was here, right? Later on, he become my stepson and married me to his mom a few years ago, or last year and a half ago, I guess now. So you say, you pick up what you have there. And then, as John said, in 2005, you know, he asked me about being part of the credit union. And at first, he said, I thought it was the wrong person, because my brother is now retired. He's a multi-millionaire entrepreneur. I'm the bohemian older brother he has to take care of. I live in the world of comic books, as most of you know, right? If you were to give me $1,000, it wouldn't be $1,000, it'd be $1,000 in comics before the day's up thanks to eBay. That's a given, right? Isn't that right, Brandon, right? But then I say, you know, that's the way it is. And so now we come, I guess we say, the long and winding road where our students, you know, which is what we're all here for. It's not for the money, certainly, right? It's really wonderful when you start to see that you start, in my case, teaching the grandchildren of the students I started teaching. It's true, right? It's like, oh my God, you're kidding me, right? But that's what it's all about. And thanks to the credit union and to John and to Marshall, right, we will now have money for our future students to do the research that they need to do, undergraduate research, because sometimes you have to buy a piece of equipment. And does it make a difference? Oh yeah. When they go to interviews, they always ask them about what the research they did. You know, it's very important. Carlos and I both did research back in the golden years in the early 70s. Mine was financed by the museum where I worked, you know, right? And all the three people that did research when I was in school all became professors. So our kids that do this become professionals. And thanks to you guys now, we are able to, you know, give them something. And long after I'm dead and buried, we'll still have money to know that the least is going to be able to do the research, right? Anyway, I thank you. I thank the school for giving me a lot of good memories, right? I'm not leaving yet, don't worry. That's coming later, right? And for letting me turn prematurely gray, right? Among other things, and so forth. Rick lost his hair, look at what's happened, right? And Carlos is getting there, right? And again, I do thank you for the opportunity for doing this and supporting the community.
Great, thank you.